My name is Alyssa Grant, and for nearly 3 years I worked overnight shifts at Pine Ridge Grocery, a small store just off a quiet highway. Nights were supposed to be easy. No customers, no rush, just stocking shelves, cleaning up, and waiting for morning. That's what I thought. That night was a Wednesday. A bad one. One by one, the others called out. By the time I clocked in, I was alone. No manager. No security. Just me in a building full of blind corners and long, empty aisles. At first, it felt peaceful. The fluorescent lights hummed steadily. Freezers buzzed. Shelves creaked softly as the temperature shifted. Around midnight, I took my break in aisle 6, leaning on my cart and scrolling my phone. Then, I heard it. A dull clunk from behind the swinging doors to the stockroom. I froze. Stores make noises at night. Compressors kick on. Pipes knock. I told myself it was nothing. Then it came again. Clunk. Scrape. I grabbed a flashlight and pushed through the doors. The stockroom air was colder, thick with the smell of cardboard and chemicals. The lights flickered weakly. "Hello?" I called. No answer. I moved between stacked pallets of soda and boxes of supplies. Near the loading dock, I stopped. A metal cart lay tipped over. The back door was half open. That door was supposed to stay locked after closing. A cold draft slipped in, carrying the smell of rain. The latch hung loose. Snapped. Someone had forced it open. My chest tightened. I stepped back slowly, scanning the shadows. The silence felt heavy, pressing in on me. I pulled out my phone. No signal. The stockroom was a dead zone. I hurried toward the front office. The landline was the only way to call for help. When I got there, the door was locked. That wasn't normal. My hands shook as I unlocked it and grabbed the phone. No dial tone. Then, I heard it. Footsteps. Not mine. Slow. Measured. Moving somewhere out in the aisles. I killed the office light and crouched near the window, peering out into the store. Everything looked still. Then a sound broke the silence. A shopping cart. Squeak. Roll. Stop. My stomach dropped. I decided to run for the emergency exit near aisle 10. It was the closest way out. I slipped out of the office and moved low, keeping quiet. Halfway through the freezer section, I saw movement in the glass doors. A man, standing still, watching me. I spun around. Nothing. When I looked back, the reflection was empty. I ran. At the emergency exit, I slammed the bar. Nothing happened. A red light blinked above the door. Emergency lockdown. I was trapped. The cart squeaked again. Closer. Squeak. Roll. Stop. I ducked behind the self-checkouts, covering my mouth to stay silent. Footsteps followed. Slow. Heavy. A shadow stretched across the floor. Broad shoulders. Dark clothing. I dialed emergency services, praying for a signal. It connected for a moment. "I'm trapped inside Pine Ridge Grocery," I whispered. "There's someone in here." The call dropped. The only place left was the break room. I crawled between aisles, lights flickering above, until I reached it. I slammed the door and locked it. The room smelled like burnt coffee. The vending machine hummed quietly. I sat with my back against the door, phone in my hands. Minutes passed. Then came the sound. Scraping. Slow. Deliberate. Like something dragging across the metal door. Then a voice. Low. Calm. Right outside. I didn't move. Didn't breathe. Eventually it stopped. Footsteps faded. I waited until nearly 4 and before moving, I remembered the narrow service tunnel behind the bakery. It led outside and used a manual latch. I slipped out, staying in the shadows. I didn't stop until a passing truck pulled over and the driver called the police. They searched the store for hours. Found nothing. They said the blood was rust. The latch had been broken for days. That night, at home, I found a greasy fingerprint on my wrist. Not mine. A week later, I drove past Pine Ridge Grocery. One light flickered inside. Aisle 6. A shopping cart rolled forward. Squeak. Roll. Stop. And behind it, someone stood perfectly still. I quit the next morning. Now, every time I hear a cart squeak, my heart stops. Because I know what I heard.
Every story told here leaves something behind. In the room, in you. If you can still feel it, subscribe. We do this every week. Same dark, different door.